Henry County Commission, Henry County, Missouri, Tuesday, May 6, 2025, 11th day of the April term. The Henry County Commission met pursuant to adjournment at the courthouse in Clinton, Missouri. Those members present were Jim Stone, Presiding Commissioner, Mark Larson, North District Commissioner, Kelly Merritt, Henry County Clerk. Absent, Jake Bradley, South District Commissioner. At 9 a.m., Commissioner Stone brought the meeting to order. The agenda was approved as presented. The minutes from the Thursday, May 1st, 2025 meeting were read. Commissioner Larson made a motion to approve the minutes. Commissioner Stone seconded the motion. Motion carried. The closed minutes from the Thursday, May 1st, 2025 meeting were read. Commissioner Larson made a motion to approve the minutes. Commissioner Stone seconded the motion. Motion carried. Expenditures for the following were approved to be paid: Road and Bridge, Inmate Security, Employee Benefits, Assessor, Circuit Clerk, General County Government, Law Enforcement, GR, Jury Pay, Buildings and Grounds Commission, Recorder of Deeds. At 9:28 a.m., Sheriff Aaron Brown, Captain Hills, Lieutenant Cubulus, Sergeant Logan, Sergeant Brandt met with the Commission. Sheriff Brown presented the Commission with the March and April 2025 office report. Sheriff Brown shared the calls for services for the month of March were 1628 and April 1535. The average daily inmate population was 96 in March and 99 in April. He shared various things going on at the Sheriff's Office. Captain Hill shared that the number of suicides locally have tripled in what it has been in years past. He shared that 988 is a crisis hotline, not just for suicide intervention, that anyone in a crisis situation can call that number and find someone to talk to. He shared the concerns and what the Sheriff's Office is doing to reach out and be present in our community to share resources and awareness for those in a crisis situation. Sergeant Logan shared the road patrol overview and the operations of the road crew. He shared training that deputies have been participating, such as CIT, Crisis Intervention Training, Handle with Care Missouri Initiative, Wellness Program Growth, as well as others. He then shared the stats for arrests, contracts, traffic stops, citation issues, and reports filed within the county. Captain Hill stated that we have again applied for grants through MoDOT to help with traffic enforcement. He also said that they are asking MoDOT for some grant money to update the county's radar units. Sheriff Brown went over the operations at the detention center. The fingerprinting machine at the detention center has been destroyed by an inmate, and that has been fixed, and the system is now fully operational. He shared that they are doing a lot of training across the entire department. Lieutenant Cubulus shared that the investigative unit was assigned with 14 active cases for the month of March. Those include death investigations, crimes against person, theft and stealing offenses, as well as fraud and financial crimes. He shared that they are actively working on organizing and managing the department's evidence and storage area. Lieutenant Cubulus wants to see his office expanded into narcotics investigations as well. Courthouse security is functioning as well as to be expected. The number of visitors coming in and out of the courthouse was over 3,100 for March and over 4,100 in April. Sheriff Brown shared that there are 5 municipalities with contracts with the Sheriff's Office and that each city has different needs and different contracts. Captain Hill shared of a 700-hour basic peace officer law enforcement academy that will be held in Henry County. Sheriff Brown shared that they are working with the company on their policy and procedures. Sergeant Brandt and Sergeant Logan shared about an idea that they have using the canine training lot for an event once a quarter to allow individuals to work their dogs and learn about canine handling. Sergeant Brandt brought forth a proposal as he thinks it would be valuable for training as well as for community engagement. Sergeant Logan shared of the participation requirement suggested proof of vaccination, leash requirements, muzzle waivers, behavioral standards, and handler approval. Commissioner Stone stated that he does not want the public to use the obstacle training course on their own, only on specific days that the Sheriff's Office will be supervising. The question of insurance was brought up. There needs to be some investigation on what the insurance requirements for that would be. Sheriff Brown shared a contract from the Village of Brownington. He also shared that all 5 municipalities and the Sheriff's Office have been approved for the Blue Shield program. Brent with Great River Engineering gave an update on the Northwest 400 Road Bridge in White Oak Township. He shared that even with the storms and flooding, the contractors are still working and getting things done. He feels that they are still on schedule and they should meet their timeline of June 21st. He shared that they unfortunately had a break-in on the job site and several $1,000s worth of tools and fuel were stolen. The Henry County Sheriff's Office is aware of the situation. Dennis Bowers, Road and Bridge Supervisor, shared that he did not think that Henry County was going to have the $125,000 worth of store damage to get help from FEMA. He said that he believes we could if the townships would have taken pictures of damage and reported it. He shared that they will be starting the mowing and brush cutting tomorrow. He shared that Big Creek Township had 25 to 30 culverts that were going to need to be replaced. Emergency Management Director Mark Harden shared that the generator install was going to be happening today. He also stated that the final fly ash results are in. It was decided to publish the final results that were presented to the county by the third-party testing company on the county's website. Commissioner Larson shared that as a county, we need to decide what we are going to do with the results of the fly ash testing. His main concern is the water. Commissioner Stone questioned the authority the commission has. Commissioner Larson believes that the county can pass an ordinance to stop the hauling in of fly ash. He stated they needed to get with emergency management and the health department to discuss what the options are. Mark Harden shared that the area is permitted as a landfill. Commissioner Larson wants to send a letter surrounding counties about the test results. Commissioner Stone stated we needed to talk with prosecuting attorney Lucretia Gray to see what the county can do. Mike Rosier addressed the commission regarding Senate Bill 190. He shared that he had gotten a petition together to petition the commission to put the issue on the ballot. Even if the commission passed an ordinance, he wants the voters of the county to vote on it. At 11:12 a.m., Commissioner Larson made a motion to adjourn the meeting. Commissioner Stone seconded the motion. Motion carried.
Entertained motion.
Make a motion to approve.
Second. Motion been made and seconded to approve minutes as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
I will fix
Fix that one,
leech.
leech.
Instead of leech, it's leech.
I will fix leech to leash.
Was you wanting to speak today?
Yes.
Good. Put you. Put you down. Good. Okay. You didn't have to on that. Okay. Need a pen? Oh, somebody take it.
Just a few things.
Just a couple. Well, I do need this or
Well, I better leave it on there. I didn't fix it.
What's the matter?
Leave it there.
Jim, will you stamp those approved? I fixed leech to leash.
Oh. You fixed the leech.
Yep. Thank you.
E.S. Rock, out of Holden, huh?
And signed, didn't it?
Yeah, down there by. Mhm.
Jim, you signed my,
Got
this report, the add-ons and abatements last week
yeah.
and missed signing one.
Yeah, I didn't skip. I didn't either.
And now I have,
New set.
April's. I got comfortable doing March and then
Yeah.
April's was a lot easier.
Mhm.
These are just the add-ons and abatements and the collector's report from the month of April.
Okay.
Come on, keep them coming. As soon as you get rid of one, I'm bringing something else. This is the agreement with Blairstown that the sheriff brought in
Yeah.
last week, so you guys didn't want to do anything with it until Jake was here.
Sweet.
And I forwarded you guys the email from the insurance company about the K9 thing, so you guys
Yes.
got that. Okay.
I've seen that. I wasn't crazy about it.
I turned them sideways so you wouldn't miss
Good
it this
idea.
time. And Rick and Scott are on the agenda for 9:30.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
Hey Kelly,
yes, sir.
you've got Jim listed on there twice for their signatures
What is
for
that?
siding and a north side, or maybe Aaron did, I don't know.
Yeah, that's Aaron's document. So it needs. I didn't look at the signature page.
Oh, you're fine.
Morning.
Good morning.
Signed one of them, the very back page, it's got
If you wish to speak in the office today, we're going to ask you to sign in. Are you want to speak with the commissioners or speak publicly?
Does that mean to ask questions?
Yes.
Do we gonna need to sign in?
well, that's just it, that's
That's-
where the, I don't know how they want to fix that. Or the,
Tess?
yeah, the ones for you, where you list Jim's name, north side commissioner, it's Jim's name, presiding commissioner, so I don't know if the paperwork needs to be,
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that should be on both.
it just, I just don't know if they want to fix it. Or-
Yeah, she may, oh
So
gosh,
they want
it's
to
been
fix it.
just like it's already been signed by then. This was,
Oh, he's got Rick Watson on there too.
Oh, yeah,
This is application,
this is, one is the application, that's just stuff that needs to be,
okay,
and
thank you.
actually, I'll be, really talk to you. What I got.
Hi, Aaron. It's Kelly. How are you?
Date-wise,
Yeah, I'm good. The commissioners were just going over this agreement with Huddersfield. The dates of the day when you left
Well,
the
that's what
contract.
I told him.
And on the back page,
Yes.
it has Jim Stone twice listed as presiding and as North District Commissioner. And then it has Rick Watson as mayor and the sign. Do you want us just to kind of write those out and write in the right things and sign it? Because you've already got it signed for the city, so I hate to have to.
You had to do something by this time, and then they couldn't meet. And that's why.
Okay, perfect. We just wanted to make sure that was okay and when Mr. was working on it.
that
what you have.
Yeah, it has in Jim Stone presiding commissioner, then Jake Bradley, South District Fisher, then Jim Stone North. It's just typo. Now you know. We wanted to make sure that Jake didn't fuck through or whited it out. We wanted to get it. Okay, sounds good. Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Hey, on that, I sent that title and stuff to Alan yesterday. I didn't get your email. My computer's been down. I haven't had access to my
He told me we could, but because
I can't believe they didn't ask for it when
is
they
our
did
IT guy, that's as far as they can.
this. Sure. Yeah. Okay, well, if you need me to do something else with that, let me know. I just wanted to make sure you had it, 'cause I thought
Because they told Rick that,
So you
Alright.
can't.
Sounds good.
they can't.
Thank you.
Travis
Bye-bye.
all up down.
They're not designing the software.
Yeah, we can. It's just the software they can't. So we have to change software, which means it's less.
We just need to see if it's something that
They
they
can
can adjust on their side. That's why
you'll see that.
You right now. Do anything else.
Right, right.
And that's cause those.
Again, to be fair, it should be, you know, that's a valuable concern.
Aaron told me just to,
Put a line to it, initial.
yeah, white, just cross
Write it out.
through it and then go ahead and have Mark sign on that line
Yeah.
and then I'll sign on the bottom line.
Okay.
That way we don't have to redo the whole thing.
Nice, pretty good. Yeah, they crossed the name out.
You in township?
No. I'm just saying.
I just got hit for a $300 bill for water from my dad's estate, and it was in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I really didn't get any information. It was really helpful.
Yeah.
You know, I understand that.
Sign over.
I sent the first floor office holders a message that they were supposed to be here at 9:30.
Yes, what they say.
I haven't heard anything yet, but
I thought
It is.
On the minutes today on the agenda, they said,
Everybody.
Well, we need to put inside in, so.
they may have forgot they were on the agenda.
Yeah, they're having.
Okay.
I'm at Josh's 8th grade promotion. He's got this text.
He's what?
He's at his son's 8th grade promotion.
Let's riff around it where we can push both of them back a half hour, 10 hours.
Well, it's 60 on the senior tax.
Well, we got two people with one
Yeah.
house, who's listening in.
Y'all don't want to sit around for any longer.
I saw a lot of checks going through there.
Oh, yeah. A lot of checks go through here.
put a cap on income.
I think
And you have to do, you have to sign that for 2 years.
you have to sign that more. You have to sign every month. Even here, if they they like to do it. Just kind of thing. I think if
The other item of things I have to report, our audit is final.
Oh, yeah.
And I do have, I'm gonna email it to you when I can, or drop it in there, but I do have a hard copy here if you need it. if you guys, I went ahead and printed one out if you guys wanted to
When are
see
they
it.
gonna come out for this?
I don't know.
I told him.
You're waiting to hear back from Rick, right? Or you're talking about the audit stuff?
The audit is
Oh,
final.
I mean, they always come in.
I don't know. I don't know that there was a plan to, not this, the financial auditors do, or when they do a state
Oh, we do the
audit.
other two. How the heck?
I don't know.
Maybe it's because we wasn't doing it. How do we do?
From what's been going on here.
Huh?
Did you look at how we did?
Yeah. We knew he was gonna get on
We
that
had
seat
to,
by that
yes.
schedule. That's pretty,
Well, I said,
That
I
one
mean,
we're
that's
already
the only
digging
one I'm
on.
worried about.
Never couldn't figure it out.
Anything in the other is supposed to.
I did put that together.
That's why I took the other.
Yeah, no,
I don't look at it.
Do I need to make a copy? I got colored copies.
Yeah.
Maybe, is you, yeah, let's make
It's got little yellow tabs on the side, it's not question marks like you got on here,
Yeah.
but I'm with you. Okay.
Jake, can I see yours so I can have one to look at what he's questioning and just so I can
Just
keep
copy
up?
it.
Yes,
Copy.
I'll just
see, I'll
copy
send it down to you.
Here. We'll just make it.
So the yellows are the questions.
Yeah.
I just want to see what you're looking at.
mine, I actually cost
Okay.
23 to 24%.
Seems like it was explanatory. It doesn't.
Hmm?
I mean, I think we'll be throwing curveballs too. Yes. And we'll have to adjust it then,
They raise the assessment.
just because of not knowing.
Thanks, say.
Wrote it in his,
Yeah.
and then I took some stuff out. He actually gave me food
See,
and somebody else.
I also.
Stoddard, yeah, Stoddard County.
Yeah.
But I'm taking some out. I think there's some stuff still. But it should have everything in it, it's just, yeah, it's just.
And then
There were dates on it that I was like, that's kind of.
Well, I mean, the dates for like,
do you? Yeah, that's cool.
and what you're showing, like, this.
Right.
Yeah.
I figured they know better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Logan and the K9 cops are going to come up. When I talked to Sheriff Brown on the phone, he said they're going to come up here and talk to you about that waiver. And so they'll be up here about 10 o'clock. They're not on the agenda when I publish it.
To,
Rick has not responded.
So you might as well get, yeah, we could. Yeah, we can go ahead. We have to. Well, I'll just start on the list. Okay, Jesse, we'll go ahead and start off with you.
All right,
Yeah.
my name's Jesse Phillips, and I heard the clerk mention SB 190 at the end of her minutes, and I just wondered where Henry County was on the progression of SB 190, the future of it.
we're working something up right now.
So it's in the works,
It is in the works.
Then it works.
and will it probably happen?
Oh,
It's gonna go through.
Oh, good.
Yes. We're trying to get it to where start accepting applications.
As soon as we get
Correctly, right?
as soon as we get the ordinance passed, is my understanding.
We do have a couple of questions we gotta find out about before finalizing it, but other than that, yes.
yeah, it's
What?
gonna happen.
Wonderful, thank you for the
Yeah.
good news.
I'm sorry it's taking so long.
Yeah, How many of the
Yeah.
100 counties in Missouri have already ratified it?
It was 40,
Right now, I think
47?
it's 40,
Yep.
46.
I think
48,
47,
something like that.
something like that.
46. Yeah.
How many counties do we have?
119.
118. So.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right,
How about no property?
okay. Yeah. All right, Carol,
Have a good one.
come on up.
Hello, ma'am. It's nice to finally meet you and see you in person.
Oh, believe me, I've taken him to task more than once.
Ah,
It's okay. I'm still here.
Well, that's what I'm here for.
that's it.
I appreciate the phone call, the heads up that we're gonna have this on the agenda. Bang.
I've been in Minnesota the past week. I didn't even know it was on the agenda. So
Don't
my
you read-
apologies.
The minutes are online. That's where I found it at.
I haven't had a chance to look. My apologies.
I'm here over SB 190 or 756.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm 78. I've got to qualify in there someplace. You know, I'm a widow, and everything in my budget has gone up. I don't say that I shouldn't pay some taxes, but I'm going to tell you, I don't want a tax increase. What do I have to do? I mean, I didn't vote for a 4-day school week either. And if you guys are tuned in nationally, only 1 in 3 kids in the 4th grade and 1 in 3 kids in the 8th grade can read and write. But we're pushing them through. So what are you guys going to do? What questions do you have? What's holding up?
One that I know of for sure is dates. We just want to make sure our dates are proper on here.
What do you mean dates?
Like what year we can actually freeze upon, and then the dates that collection time.
I'm not.
Collecting
they're-
for the
when they're
park
eligible.
collector and assessor.
Yeah, we've got to figure out what day you qualify. Not you
No.
qualify, but if you say if you just turned 62, whether we put it at the first of the year, we put it at June, July, whatever.
How about your birthday? That'd be easy.
Well, no,
What was the 29th of December?
yeah. So that, I mean, I think, I'm not gonna speak out of turn here, but I think we're leaning towards January 1. It would kick in, because I think that lines up, after talking to Rick, he can verify it. That lines up with the way everything else rolls. But there was that, whether we can go back to 24 to set that as the date that it doesn't go up anymore. We've got an issue because our IT stuff, the company apparently that we use is like over the top busy. They're not sure that they will be able to handle it to be able to go back to 24. And I'm honest, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not doing this justice explaining it. So it may be 25 is the year that we stop it at.
How many seniors do you think that this is going to? I haven't done the demographics, but I know how to do that. How many seniors do you have in Henry County?
I couldn't tell you, honestly. I
You can
have,
find that online. However,
right,
sometimes the numbers are like a year or two old. You can't always,
Yeah.
can't always get the truth.
right. I mean, there's gonna be qualifications for it. I mean, you're gonna have to have your taxes paid. There's various things.
Are you going to cap income? Benton County did.
I don't know. You got this stuff.
Huh?
I don't think that's on there.
No. I
No.
mean, can I ask you why you would want to cap income?
I don't, but
I was
I'm
gonna
just
say,
saying.
I wouldn't either. I mean,
Well,
because now
I
you're
think they
picking and
cap-
choosing.
I think Benton County, I could be wrong.
Right.
Because I got a lot of friends that live in Warsaw. I got a lot of friends that live a lot of places. I think they capped it at 25,000, and I'm saying, who in the hell can live on $25,000?
Yeah, I mean, I don't personally, and like I said, that have to be decided between all of us. Personally, I don't want to cap anything, because in my mind, you start doing that, you're picking and choosing. And if you said you were 78?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Proud
so-
and proud to make it that
Okay,
far.
there you go.
Hey, I've raised 8 kids and got 23 grandkids. Seen it all, heard it all.
But if you're 78 and you make $100,000 and somebody else is 65 and they make $200,000, it shouldn't make any difference whatsoever.
I try and live
It
on my
should be.
Social Security and stay in a budget. And
Right,
I'm going to
right.
tell you, everything in my budget has gone up. And you maybe, and I'm guessing, only because you're a little shiny, a little gray. It's an assumption.
I know what you're talking about.
Well, at age 75, they double your vehicle insurance. It's like I have no claims, I have no tickets, I'm a low mileage driver, I'm driving a 7-year-old vehicle that's got 24,000 miles on it. Hello. My premium for full coverage, $976 for 6 months. I mean, it's tough to live on Social Security on a budget.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hopefully this will help some.
Some,
Trust me, if it was up to me, taxes would be the thing to pass. I mean,
well, Mike
We
Kehoe's
see you
trying to
make-
do that now, no income tax. But there's a trade-off. Let's roll the taxes over on labor. I'm telling you, I am so disgusted with the Republican Party, and I have been a voting Republican for 50 years. I have missed one election. I think I was in the hospital having a baby. So I think that qualifies okay to miss. Yeah. And,
slack for that one.
well, but I mean, they're getting so, they're talking out of both sides of their mouth.
Sure.
And it's not right. And they've not been that way. And I'm saying, why have they changed? I mean, we're going to say whatever we have to say to keep our job.
They don't live by the same rules we do.
Well, I saw in your minutes that Mark Alford was down, and I guarantee you, he was here for the photo op. Have you ever looked at his newsletter? It looks like a second grade primer. It's all pictures and very little substance. And he wouldn't even do a town hall. But Marjorie Taylor Greene could. Do you see my frustration?
Oh, no, I totally understand it, trust me.
Well, I'm thinking, you know, when I leave the meeting, if I don't get a satisfactory answer, which I have gotten, I'd call the Democrats and say, where do you want me to volunteer? And believe me, I'm a force to be dealt with. My church, which is not in this town, has 1,100 people on the rolls. Do they all come? Yep. You'll see more of them at Christmas and Easter. However, I know half of them. I ran the church pantry for almost 2 years. I think I carry a little weight there. They all know me. I would tell them, get on your Facebook. I said, you don't want to make any accusations, nothing they can bring back. Start asking questions. Just put it out there on your Facebook. Ask questions. Things like, are you happy how your county commissioners are? I said, just create a little doubt. I said, we voted them in and we can vote them out.
100% with you.
I'm telling you, I'm a mean old woman, but I got this way from all these kids and grandkids. And being a widow and having people lie to me when they do work on my house, and they tell me, oh yeah, and then I find out thousands of dollars later, oh no. Well, who does the senior call? I had my deck taken off, had a little back porch put on. I wanted to be able to go out there in my nightgown with a cup of coffee and my Bible. They didn't seal the windows. I got more bugs out there than I got in the yard. I cannot go out there. It's pitiful. It's got a lot of steps. I said, I want treated lumber. I don't want something that rots. Gotcha. So I go out the side door of my back porch to go down my steps with my little dogs, and I almost fall through a 4-foot landing. Guess what? Wasn't treated. And he's long gone. And I'll tell you the same thing I told Mr. Barkley. And then I will close and leave. I know my Bible very well. And I do have a smart mouth and sometimes a bad attitude. Makes me human. But there is a scripture in the Old Testament that says if you cause any widow any harm. I think it's in the book of Exodus. It goes way back, but God never changes. He doesn't change his mind. Says if you cause her any harm and she cries out to me, I will hear her and I will answer. I know where to go if I feel that I've been wrong. And believe me, I prayed that guy that did my back porch out of business. Took me a year. Wasn't a day, wasn't a week, wasn't a month. But he's not in business anymore. And he had been in business in Warsaw for almost 20 years. He had a pretty good reputation. His wife has left him. His church has shunned him. I'm telling you, things didn't go well for him. You don't want me praying for you. If you have anything on the minutes and that's your job,
Yes, ma'am.
you know my phone number
I do.
and you know my email
I
address.
do, got it right here.
Written on something.
He's on
That
your
was on
list.
my
Did you call cops on me?
He's on your list.
Did I?
Hey, by the way, you're on the second floor, not the third floor.
That was my fault. I apologize. Yeah, I was the jury trial. I was focused on that, and I said third floor instead of second.
Okay. We're ready to wait. Y'all got your stuff for you.
Yes. Yes, sir.
I probably went by email, but
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I just gave them all a copy this morning.
Yeah, got a copy.
here's another copy.
Now we got two.
Okay.
This similar with your insurance, the insurance lawyer.
Yes. As we discussed last time we were here about a community outreach with K9 Day and using the equipment, insurance said that it was okay, and there is a copy of the liability that we would have them, liability waiver we would have them sign to participate. Just needing your guys' approval to go forward.
Actually, I think most of us have signed it. So I think
You want to sign? Yeah, I think we are.
Okay, that's what we needed, and we'll proceed. We thank you guys.
Okay.
Did you guys happen to have the paperwork for the last meeting?
Got it.
The players, not Larry.
Yes,
Brownie Town?
maybe
Yeah.
that's the paperwork. we should-
Yeah.
that is the paperwork you sent. I am supposed to send that with them. I just want to make sure we got all the spots. This one didn't have me sign.
Oh, here's your papers. I'll sort them up.
So did they sign something for this? Or did they make a vote on it or
Didn't
anything?
sign anything. I don't think it hurt for them to vote.
Just to cover
Let
us,
me
I
get
guess.
this real quick and then I'll. County Clerk's office, this is Kelly, may I help you? Sure. Uh-huh. Are you calling this number to get to the commissioners? Or leaving messages? Okay. Is it 7202?
I thought so.
They are
My son
here in
was
the
the one
office
that thought about
today.
the
They're
head
only
putting
here
the
on
fence.
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
The
So
what?
they're
My
not
son was the
here
one that thought about head putting the fence.
during the rest
I
of
don't
the
know if you
week, so
remember that or
nobody's
not.
up here to answer the phone. But they are here today. If you want to speak to one of them, I can surely let you speak to them. Sure.
How's he doing?
He's doing good.
Is it? Good. I haven't talked to him.
This Jim.
I know he went over his bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep up with
Well,
what he's doing.
that's what we're
He's
working on right now.
so
You moved the chair.
my son still helps him when he can.
You're out of here.
Going over. One that we got. Yeah, we have.
There will be one next week.
To get everything done. No, not here. We have to start here.
I think we need to make a
I
motion on
think
that.
it's got,
to accept
tell
that,
you what,
I think there needs to be a vote on that, just so that,
Probably be a good
yeah,
idea.
so we don't want him to
let's
leave
see.
until you guys vote. Just want there to be something
Yeah,
official.
because they finished it. Oh,
Guys should come watch our canines work sometime.
Pretty good.
We have some good dogs.
You're welcome to put on a bicycle.
the year is
I'll split that one.
as of
I've
in
actually seen you working out here, like driving by sometime, and I'll see you out there working. I don't know which one of y'all it's been, and we'll pull over and watch for a little while.
is that person
Done that 3 or 4
name on it?
times.
Okay. That'll be the one. And then something
So what
happens
the
to-
motion is going to do is
Next
to allow the
one's
sheriff's
nonsense.
office to put on the community outreach K9 day, so that takes care of that,
That's how it
and approve the waiver, the liability release waiver.
see, we get everything kind of situated here. That's the question. Gonna have a meeting day, but we're working on things. Yeah, the deadline, I don't know. On the deadlines, that is gonna be like who did time, it's gotta be done.
Not if we're only freezing 25.
No, not true.
Okay. Okay. Well, yes. But they got theirs going. And ours, they said, because ours is the way it sounds, gonna have to be 25. So that's what, because of the computers. Right, yeah. Anyway, but we're always.
We have a copy machine now.
Okay.
I would like for you guys to, and I'm gonna read it so that, make a motion to allow the sheriff's office to put on the community outreach K9 day and approve the liability release waiver presented. That way there's a vote on it, they're clear.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion been made and seconded to put the K9 train on it. Voice roll call, Mark,
Yes.
Jay, Jeremy, yes. Motion carried.
There you go, fellas.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Sorry, I stepped out. Why, it's been old.
Okay, yes.
We went out and started on, Northwest 100 Road in Davis Township, putting the guardrail on that one bridge that Greg Smith was wanting. We're out there doing that today. We got caught up on putting in culverts. Waiting to hear back from some other townships that are needing some culverts put in. Next Tuesday, you guys will have bid openings for 6-inch channel for the bridge. Otherwise, everything's been plugging along. Our mowers are out mowing tree limbs and stuff. Brush Hog's been out, started mowing. He's going to be down the rest of this week. He had a sister pass away, so he's taking bereavement time and a vacation day the rest of this week. Otherwise, I don't have anything else. Mark, you got anything for me?
Nope.
Jake? Nope. Jim?
How's that new mower with the multi-aid working?
Working good.
Do you like it better than the other one, or?
It don't leave as big of chunks out there on the roads and stuff.
Okay.
It seems to be doing pretty good.
Okay, I'm just curious. That's all right. Thank you.
Kelly, I know yesterday Scott Largent called you about a road concern down there in Osage Special. Or maybe it was Amy you talked to.
Wrong Kelly.
I don't know what all this means. But anyway, I went down, looked at it, and just so you're aware, Jake, Osage Special is working on some of their cart rock roads. And instead of pulling the dirt up out of the ditch and bringing it onto the road, he rolled everything on the back slope out of the ditch. So I guess there's a person down there that's very unhappy So Kelly and Amy explained to her first you need to go to the township, and if you don't get it resolved there, then get a hold of the commission, and then it eventually trickled to me. But I've already went down and looked at it, and that's what it is. They rolled the dirt on the back slope, and I've taken pictures if you want to see them.
Okay. They've done that for a while though. This isn't the first time they've done that, right?
Sometimes they do it that way. Sometimes they pull it out on the road. It just depends
Okay.
on what they're doing.
We'll see we'll see how it goes.
So that's all I have.
What
Kelly, you
road?
got anything?
What road were you putting guardrail? Where was you putting guardrail? I missed that while I was
Guardrail.
talking.
It's going on Northwest 100 in Davis Township.
And your bid opening is at 10 o'clock next week.
Yep, Tuesday.
That's the 20th. Is that right?
Just a second.
I have been without my computer. Remember when we talked last week and I said, yeah. So
Yeah,
I
you
still
keep
don't
saying
have
it's
that.
got
She's down.
You keep saying it's taking a sick day. I think you just use that as excuse.
I will not be here for the bid opening on Tuesday. So anything that you get or you need, you might email Amy, CC Amy in it also. So just in case, that way she has access to it as well, because I'll be at conference Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. I know. Those required training hours.
20. Yeah, y'all have 20 hours too.
Mm-hmm.
So you got anything for me?
I don't.
Okay, I'm done.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Just let me make sure I get
Charlie, did you want to talk to Dave?
No, I'm just watching.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Nay.
We had a sheet up here. I thought very check. All right. Didn't hear anything.
Rick has not responded. Thursday, June 5th at 10 a.m. Great River wants to have the bid opening for Southeast 91 Road.
June 5th.
FYI.
I'll put it on the calendar. What time did it say?
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
And then did you guys decide whether you're going to meet Thursday or not?
Oh,
If you're not going to meet, we should let Dennis know so he doesn't show up.
Mark, you, because I'll need to leave because it starts at what, 10 o'clock on mine.
Not my meeting.
Oh yeah, I thought, huh? Yep. Okay.
It's the last time we did.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing on the agenda, Kelly.
There is nothing on the
think,
agenda. I just figured you might as well tell Dennis that you weren't meeting if you weren't.
I vote not to vote. Their meet next Thursday.
Oh yeah.
This Thursday.
This Thursday.
Yeah, I agree with that. This Thursday.
This Thursday too.
Or next Thursday, or the Thursday after that. No.
Just meet whenever we got something come up.
I gotta be there. We're supposed to be.
I gotta be there with Jim. Well,
You guys are before.
yeah.
Yeah. I want to.
We'll let you know, Dennis. Let's wait and see about the Seniorville. If we got a meeting to talk with Rick and Scott that day instead.
Even if they
Well,
show up, don't mean I'm going to show up.
Because you start, hold up, get there. But I think. There's actually Brett here goes. Thursday, May the 15th, 9 a.m.
Oh, so you won't have time to.
You won't have, I mean, because Jake and I will both be gone and marking, well, he can set up here, I guess.
He's got a meeting at 11:30. He said nothing.
Well, you go.
I gotta be there at 11:30, so.
But anyway,
Okay, so commissioners are not meeting on Thursday.
Sounds like a plan. I got my way again on that move.
Because we got.
I'm gonna call you next time I need something good. Dennis.
So, yeah, because they're wanting to try to do everything more. So, well, I'm gonna go. We need to. Slippers.
I'm gonna pop down and
I
see how
wonder-
Amy's coming with
Okay.
payroll.
All right.
Drop these checks off, check in on Rick and see if he's alive since he hasn't texted me back.
Maybe he's in the hospital.
He could be busy. I mean, that.
Hey, Kelly,
Yes, sir.
do you have any white out there?
I do. I'll bring this up.
Thank you. I've been needing to grab some.
I think she's gonna bring it up to you.
The case agent commission.
Candy. Whoa, sorry.
October 15.
Yeah, that's Thursday.
This is.
I think you're more than welcome to be there. I think you may one you gotta go to. The TAC.
TAC.
Yeah.
I
Same.
don't know. I don't go to TAC.
Oh, it's not the TAC, it's the case.
It's the
Or
case.
the West. Shoot, I don't know. I'm so.
There they go. I got the Quad Lakes at 11:30.
Okay.
But this is saying, this will be at 10 o'clock after the TAC meeting. The TAC meeting is 9. So I think I'm supposed to go. Otherwise, it would be 7.
Oh, we need to look up John Prince's number, or John, Senior Centers Board.
Who's
What did
leaving?
he say?
John Fridge.
I think it's John Prince. Is he? He's on the board right now. Oh, yes. Other words. Sorry. Did she put, y'all got a copy of the journal? sheet of all, everybody.
I got a township official.
Yeah. You want, no, not townships.
I got special.
I want cities and all that special stuff we do. I need to start bringing my iPad too, yes, because I got all that right there. I thought she sent an email to us with all that Kelly did.
You look at John French's number.
French?
French, John French, not
Oh,
French.
that's Prince.
Well, French is, I think,
Someplace.
He's the one that's in charge of the health.
Yeah.
yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I got him right here. John French. Fort Busker. She is very good. Yeah. I wanted to cheat. It was, didn't she send us an email with everybody on there?
I don't think so.
Thought she did too. Kelly, did you send us an email with all the special, everything, all the committees that we were appointed and everything?
It's on that,
Is it on?
spreadsheet and Teams. The countywide officials. About 20 minutes, so
Countywide?
they can be here.
Countywide? I got township document, township information. Other various documents.
I don't remember what we call it.
Only here we go. Copy of mileage, car distribution. Huh? Find it?
No.
Huh? Well, I know you sent it.
I thought I did too.
I got it on my iPad.
It's probably not up to date on your.
I know, but I bet I got a copy of it.
Did I just cut the townships out? I did.
I think
Okay.
you did.
Hold on, give me a second.
The
I'll
John
drop it in
French.
there.
I guess what's the dates? That's right after it. Who's?
Is that senior center?
Yeah.
Service?
Mhm.
Yep. It's a 4-year term, so it'd be up in 2029.
4 year. And it starts when?
It should have already started.
Yeah, it should have started when?
April.
Oh,
It's the same as the election, so.
Yeah. No,
But I already spoke with Paula and she is
She
willing.
will?
Yes.
Okay. We'll go ahead and appoint her. Who left?
Nobody, their term expired.
They just didn't run again.
It's not a run, it's an appointment by you guys.
Okay.
She's the treasurer.
Huh?
She's the treasurer. You're talking about the senior tax court.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, John,
Yes,
this Jim Stone, Henry County Commissioner. If you could give me a call back, if you get the message, thank you.
Paula who?
Kinder.
Kinder.
Paula Kinder.
She's already on there. She
Was
said,
Rick still a chairperson on that?
Bill Toll.
Huh?
Bill Toll is the.
Bill Fuller is the chair?
Bill Toll, yeah.
I don't have his number. Okay.
Is somebody stepping down or are you just reappointing?
just reappoint.
Just reappointing John French if I can.
Who?
I thought you said Paula.
And Paula.
And Paula. Paula's up to Kinder. She's on the board.
John French wasn't on the board,
He wasn't.
not when I left.
We have him on the board. Well, he's apparently been appointed for something time.
Yeah, he was appointed one time.
Well, he was never on that board at the time I was chairing it.
Well, forget that.
I know Bill wants to get Peggy Boyles on.
Yeah, I knew he was wanting to do that.
You can't forget that. He's currently on
I
the
know it.
board.
I set him up. But I'm just saying, I forget if he had never been there.
When I
Well,
left
he
in
has.
January, the board I was chairman, Paul was treasurer, Bill was vice chair, and Sandy, can't think of her last name right now. Was
Swanigan.
What's that?
Swanigan.
Yeah, she was
Sandy?
the secretary.
Okay.
And then there was Jane Marshall.
Yeah.
And
Sam Gibbons.
Sam from Price Cutters,
No, that's John.
or John, and Sam Gibbons, yeah.
John from Price Cut. John French is John from Price Cutter.
Yeah.
That's who we're talking
John
about.
French. French.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the guy at the health center. That's Gary French. So, my mistake.
Oh, Gary French is over at the health center.
Yeah, I was thinking of that one. I think that's Gary.
Yeah. Now he's not on it,
Yeah, my mistake. Yeah.
but I knew
Y'all got me all kinds
they're
of
wanting to put Peggy on.
Yeah, Bill wanted to do
Go
that.
ahead.
Bill wanted me just to open up another slot and put her on there. I said, "You don't do it like that." I said, "You can't do it."
Well, Paula was under the impression that John would do it, but
Yeah, well then
she
we
couldn't speak for
we
him.
evidently he's been going, and Bruce evidently didn't show up at that time either.
That's all right. My shoulders are broad. You can lay.
You've been out.
Blame on me.
Let's see, how long have you been out there?
I'll be right back.
How long have I what?
Been gone? See,
Gone?
when
Since
that's
January.
December, January.
We had a meeting in January. I opened it, went through the minutes, and then they voted in
Bill,
and signed the new officers, and then I left
uh-huh.
once they had a chairman to run the meeting.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. I think I was sitting too close to it.
Yeah, it's only really in the mornings. In the afternoons, everything on me kind of calms down.
Yeah.
It'll drive all over Minnesota.
Hey, you know, about, hey, if I'm driving that dog, here's
Yeah, I can see that. I didn't drink much on the way home either.
Okay, do we have anything else on there that y'all wanted to look at?
For the 190 or just
Yeah,
anything.
no 190. July the 1st application.
So.
And there is position.
Rick's gonna grab, or Scott's gonna grab Rick on his way up. He's on his way back, so.
Okay. All right. We'll do that. Then we'll go through that.
Amy said she was able to get in, so we'll have payroll before we leave today, so.
That'll be good. All right. Okay, this from the tax
This
Hmm?
ordinance here, it's got some good meat. Seems like I've read a bunch of them, and it's
Huh?
following right along.
Where's that? I got the first sheet. You got the next sheet on this.
Scott's on his way back to Mark, so they'll be
Yeah.
up shortly.
No,
Do you have a front page?
I think that's the only one I've got.
Okay, that's good.
What are you looking for?
So this one,
Sir.
the one you handed me a while ago.
Yeah.
That's the one you gave me. Huh?
5 pages.
I have 6 pages.
I got 5, and the last one just Kelly.
Yeah. Are you missing this one? What has the ordinance number on it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I got
that's the one I'm missing.
How'd I end up with?
How'd
I think you got, I think you got Jim's.
No, this is the copy I made. How does nobody have the front page but me and I got a copy?
I've got the front page, I think.
Yeah, you
It's
should
got
have.
the York.
I got Kelly.
That's just 2025.
Kelly's last name on it.
That's the last one.
Is this the SP 190 ordinance?
Yes,
Proposed.
Yeah.
Do I have a copy?
possibly.
Is that okay?
Uh-huh.
I said, might I be able to have a copy?
Yeah. Here, come grab this one.
It's missing a page.
Mine's not. You got 5 pages.
I got 5.
Kelly, you're the only one that's got 6.
Yeah. I think that's where the top went. I thought I just knew this on there.
I don't know.
And Kelly, somehow you
Yeah,
got your
I
name
found that
off.
last week.
Did they take you off?
So I made a copy of Jim's. No, yours is a
Oh, I got
6
6.
pages.
Sorry,
You
one was
did?
stuck to the other.
I count.
Oh,
Mark's
I better check.
Maybe it's because I
Guess
wasn't
how
counting
many,
the last
guess how
one.
many Mark's got? He got 6.
Yeah. Sorry. Gotta watch me. Try to keep
But you
going.
should have, Kelly. We need to shorten something.
Yeah,
Get your name on there.
well, I'm assuming if we're gonna work off of this one, this is Mark's, this isn't mine.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so-
I don't, like I said, this is just throwing stuff out there.
Well, it's got good meat. I mean, you've got good meat in there, so I think it's a great start.
You making one for,
I am.
all right.
All 6 pages. And I'm sure he has it in a Word document and then we can edit it or whatever
Yeah.
document.
Yeah, yeah.
We can fix
Here's-
that page.
Give them out.
Probably how we lost the page.
Got a little,
Coming faster than you can keep up with.
There, Kelly. Now keep their pages for you. Puppy for it. Catch it. Okay. Forward room fridge.
You're welcome.
Should we go ahead and nominate?
Not if you haven't, did you talk to John?
No, but you talked to Paula.
Well, you can do Paula's,
I
but
guess what I
you
was
shouldn't
looking.
do.
Yeah, we need. I'm gonna get
Hey,
John.
talk
So
to
you got
John.
2 separate
Yeah.
motions for each one of them,
Mm-hmm,
or a separate motion for each one?
mm-hmm.
Entertaining motion. Paula Kinder.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second that.
Motion been made and seconded to put Paula Kinder back on the senior center board for 4 years. First roll call.
Yes.
Jig, yes.
Tim, yes. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Okay, now we'll ask John.
I think we've had
Where is this?
2 voters this morning.
2?
Was it put
Is
out
this
there?
for the runoff?
Mm-hmm.
Is this for the runoff?
Mhm.
Kathleen?
And Davis Township. We had 57 vote absentee, but as far as this is actually election day, we've had 2. Those poor guys sitting down there, my election judges are
Oh, they gotta be there.
snoozing.
I told Tom he better get him a different chair.
Was that put out on the election that you have to vote again
Yes, sir.
on what?
It was published in the newspaper. Charlie signed up to speak, by the
Oh.
way, so we might as well do that.
All right, Charlie?
Come
Go ahead
here
and
to
get
let you know that Ted refused to let me look at the books. That's the third time. That's the last time. I'm gonna show up here and at their meetings until Carmen shows up. That's definitely wrong. He's violating sunshine law.
You ever received anything in the mail?
I got something, he wanted me to tell him how many pages he wanted me to copy for him. I wanna look at the book. How do you look at the book, or how do you know what you want until you get to see the book? That's refusal. And he shouldn't even be running. He shouldn't even be on the road.
Well, that's not the question at hand right now. Question is your minutes. There's the minutes in the book. So
I'm not even gonna get in with you. I think it's a waste of time. Just like your sidekick here.
Well,
Waste of time, you two. Carmen will come back.
Charlie, we really don't have any say so over the minutes, do we? Not that I know of.
No, no.
you don't keep the records.
We
Yeah,
don't keep records, and townships are just townships.
There's a lot of things you just said you didn't have ruling over, but I found out you messed up a lot of stuff.
Never lose, buddy.
Okay. We're ready.
We're up.
We're ready.
We've been summoned to the principal's office here. Again.
You didn't learn your lesson last time.
Yeah, but I didn't change the phone number.
Do you want me to
Had
give them
some
copies of this? Do they have copies of this?
Do you have copies?
no.
I don't have.
Yeah,
I
better.
just gave-
Uh-oh.
I gave them what I showed you
Rick,
yesterday.
Rick,
2 days.
please watch.
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 Oh, printer. You got a printer that
Hey.
works?
Hey, Kelly, I just wanted to let, now don't look at the computer. Just watch.
You didn't take it. I see it. I mean, I have, I mean, as far as, I can only speak for myself, but as far as we're concerned, as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't matter what, you just gotta tell us what to do and we'll do it. I mean, that. Homestead, 5 acres, that's fine. That's what I did. How that works. It's all fine with me, because
Okay,
that's gonna be a little bit.
valuation date.
Well, that's, I mean, look, it doesn't bother me a bit. I don't care what it is. But it's going to be a little bit more difficult.
And the yellow is what's in question, is the
Yeah.
dates that he's not, that's not set, he's
No,
just, that's
just
just.
ask.
No,
What would work best for you guys?
That's, yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
I mean, it the most recent, just the August the 28th is fine of the 23, but just know that
Should that be 25?
I don't know. That's whatever. But just know if you go back to the 23, which is fine, you're just going to be, not only are you going to be freezing them, but you're going to be taking money out of their pockets, out of the taxing entity's pockets. It's not just going to freeze it going forward. It's going to say, okay, that money that you got last year, we're taking it away.
We don't want to do that.
Well, no, I mean, I just want you to know what you're doing, but that's fine. You do whatever you want to do, and we can make it work.
Well, then does that August 28, 23 even need to be there? Because it's the latter of, on January 1st of the year, the individual became eligible. Yeah, that 23 needs to change to 25.
25. Because that's the first year that you're going to be able to freeze, correct?
And then it would be a freeze instead of a
Right.
plucking.
And the 28th, that's the day new laws come into effect. Is that the reason why the 28th of August was?
I don't know.
I'd have to go back and look.
I think that's generally when the laws come into effect.
So that's probably when Senate Bill 190 came into effect. Was that date?
Right.
Okay. That was gonna be my estimate.
Then does it need to be in there?
Yes, something needs to be in there, but it needs to
Okay.
be 25. I think you need to look into that. I don't know.
I think it needs to be the date of the year that you're going to freeze.
Yeah.
Starting.
Yeah, because this is the
Of
first year.
25.
Well,
5 is the year.
that would be the date, even though it's probably going to be 26 before we're ready to do it.
Well, yeah,
But it
it's
would
not
be-
happening until
Right,
26, but
It
the
would be-
freeze
you would
date,
use
you've
this
got to
year's
freeze the
freeze date.
previous year.
That's fine.
Right.
I'd like to use 23. Eligible taxpayer list. And you're going to be the one that does all the when's the deadline and what's all that stuff. I don't know. I mean, it'd probably be best if they're eligible this year to have the deadline date December 31st. Get it away from your busy stuff. That's pretty busy.
I said if you
Well-
pass this ordinance, that then he would have until June of next year to take applications. What is the December 31st deadline that you're talking about? I'm just trying to understand.
State.
Well, if we have the applications all due by June 30th, that gives me July and August to complete this list. And I think that's probably something the software would kick out, wouldn't it? Well,
No,
it
but
couldn't
then that-
even be then because she's still accepting levies. So you don't
Until
even
the end
know.
of, yeah.
So you don't even know what the credit is. Because the entities have until the 31st to send in their levies up to the clerk. And then the state auditor has to turn around and make sure that it's a legal levy.
I guess it doesn't matter what the levy, for the first year, I guess it would.
Go for any year because you want to know what the claim is, what the credit is. You need to know what the levy is
Oh, you mean
this year compared to what it was when it was frozen. You don't know what the tax difference is.
Was the 30th?
I would say September 30 would probably be a better day than August 31.
Oh, you're talking about over here on the first.
And even if you made it
The
October
valuation
31st,
date?
You get that right on the side.
Okay,
So we're gonna take applications
Well,
until
yeah.
a certain date. Then you're gonna decide whether, as far as your stuff, they're eligible. Then you're gonna have to kick stuff over to me, and I'm gonna have to separate everything
Mm-hmm.
in that short amount of time before bills go out.
Right, but you won't get a whole pile by June 30th. I mean, people have all year.
what's the dates? Literally, I mean, we may write them, but you guys are the ones, or you three are gonna be the ones doing them. Pick something that's gonna be like working your guys' wheelhouse. I mean, seriously,
Because we don't even know. I mean, we don't even know what all it's gonna take, and we don't know how many people. Are we talking about 300 or 3,000?
3,000, yeah.
I don't know. I would say
That's why I would give myself time.
I would say that we're looking at 2,000.
Yeah, but too.
I mean, just a ballpark number.
I think the law says that the collector has to provide the entities the number of credit. Can you bring up that? It's 137 something or another. 073. No, it's not. It should be 137. Oh, 1050. 137, 1050.
So is it just the dates we're kind of in question?
Yeah, because I don't know if I can provide a list by, I know I can by August 31st because she's still collecting.
I was going to ask if that was something that was in statute, that August 31st date.
I think it's a November number. That's why I was checking.
And 137
1050.
1050.
It's like the last one, I think.
I no later than November 30th of each year.
Let's make that November 30, because the statute says November 30.
And that's under section 5 administration. Is that where you're at?
Yes.
It's November the 30th.
30th. That's statute.
Okay, so what was the date?
So June 30, I'd like to do June 30 as the deadline. So if you make section 3 application process, make that June 30. It's just a day difference, but
Section 3.
if everybody goes, well, I have until the end of the month to get it done. Then,
You wanted June the 30th.
June 30.
Okay, so applications are due June 30. Then what?
Then we need to just make sure that they are resident, live in that house, and are 62. And then they approve it, and then it comes back, and that's when we have to do
And what's the other November?
That's when I have to create a report that shows what each entity's credit is going to be, what they're going to lose out.
Okay, so on that November 30, that's just the report that you generate.
Yeah.
Because the bills will already be out by then.
Right.
Okay. So the bills are going to be out before they know what they're missing. Okay. Okay. So I just want to make sure we're all on the same page.
No. The bills will be. We'll have to have all the applications done, checked, and you'll have to do your thing.
I know, that's weird.
Right. No, I know.
Credit shows up on the bill.
Gave me a
Correct.
yellow line.
And that'll go out. What you do that? September or mid-September?
October. Mid-October.
So that gives me 6 weeks to figure out.
Where at?
I don't
I
know.
think this is probably just a
Are you
software
ready
thing.
yet?
I know it's
Because
done.
the owner of record,
I feel like there's
year
gotta be
they're
a piece of
eligible,
tape or something in there that didn't
all
get.
that should be on something that I could just hit above and print.
Sure sounds like it.
Because it doesn't do it when I
I
copy
shouldn't
it.
have to create.
So there's
We
gotta
won't
be
do
something
it
in
this
there. Well, I can check it out.
Sorry.
The
It's
software.
okay.
Well, yeah, there's not going to be a credit this year. This is we're freeze 25. So. So
I don't know if you needed a statute. I don't have it.
And again, if we only have
Do you guys want?
300 or 400 or 500, I don't think it's a problem at all. If we have 2,500, that's going to be. I mean, I don't know that I can get my system done. I guess we'll get it done one way or the other. It's a lot. I mean, the time's not an issue. It's just that I don't know that I have the staff to do what I need to do. I mean, that's adding a whole nother layer of bureaucracy to an office that runs pretty short now. And I've got the state tax commission there right now. Yeah, Tammy's here. She's very interested in what's going on.
On the first page, is 62 years of age or older on January 1. So that's saying that if you turn 62 on January 2nd, then you don't get freeze that year. Is that what you want to do?
Say that, because I had, when I put it there, I even May, June,
I
split
think
the
you should
middle,
do within
whatever.
a year. You turn 62 within that year myself.
That'd be the easiest to go over the application process. If you turn 62 anytime in that year, even if it's
But
December
if they
31st.
come,
If it's the 30th,
if they come in and they have to fill out their stuff,
they
they've
can't.
got a certain date. What if they turn 62 after that date? Because now when they're filing for it, they're
Yeah.
not 62.
Yeah, they're not eligible if they
They're not
apply
eligible.
prior to them turning
But
62.
the statute says 62 or older.
62
So-
or older, so you gotta go
Well,
by birth.
So if you
So
turn 62 in that eligible tax year,
And if it's
because
That
the
is
bill's due
good on
December
there.
31.
Look, if we're gonna do this, you might as well benefit the taxpayer, and if they turn 62 anytime next year, let's put it on there.
But I see what the question is. If they apply in January, but
Eligible.
they don't turn 62 until June, but they went ahead and made their application process or July 1st, because the application process would be over by the time that they turn 62. So they're not actually eligible to apply for it,
Well,
not
they'd be-
eligible for the credit.
They would be eligible to apply for it if part of the application is, will you be 62 at some point during this calendar year?
Right, I
what
think
I
that's
was gonna
where we
ask. You
where
put
we
that
need
on there?
we need to make sure it's cohesive with the ordinance and the application of the date.
Well, I think you're gonna do the ordinance, then he's gonna use that to make the application.
Right.
So you just need to put it how you want it, which I think that would be the logical way to do it. If you turn 62 next year,
Yeah. If you will be 62 by December 31st.
So instead of as of January 1st,
I like that.
62 years of age or older as of December 31st of the tax year.
Correct.
Do we need to check with somebody to see if that's kosher, or are we good with that?
No, I think you can set your date as long as they're 62. These are the ones we got to check with right here.
Did an attorney write this one?
No, actually, that was me,
Okay,
my
here's,
wife, and Chase sent that.
So you put
here's the deal on this.
but it looks like it's bits and pieces of stuff the lawyers have written.
Well, it's bits and pieces of different things. is what it is.
Real.
I'm just trying to find everything that I could think of.
Such tax shall be considered
In
as
case we
eligible
leave something
tax
out
credit
and
and
throw
use
it
of
in.
credit for all subsequent tax years.
Other than, like I said, the dates, I had no idea.
When you go back, that's why you go back to the first. That's all you got to do there.
Can you see the gallery? Ask a question.
Right.
Page 3. Documentation of ownership. First bullet item, verification. Should that have some specific forms of verification, like a utility bill or?
I don't know.
Yeah, because you could.
Not an ordinance.
Yeah, that's fine.
Prove
Hey.
ownership.
Well, it's gonna be the deed, and we have access to that.
We're trying to prove primary residence. Proof of ownership doesn't do that.
Either the utility bill or anything else. I don't know.
Yeah, they said everybody's using a voter ID card, and I'm like, that is not proof of nothing.
Nope. So I mean, that's a bridge that he's gonna have to cross.
You know, something else you need to put in here is, I have seen, some of these have disclaimers that inappropriate application, if you lie on it, you are guilty of a
RSMO.
I think I've seen that in
Is it?
here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
False
it's
declaration.
Yeah,
under section 3, Rick, the very bottom, false declaration.
Right under where I was talking about.
down there at the bottom. 575.
I just got a real ID and you had to bring a utility bill to prove residency, which is what that section is trying to do, that you're actually living in that house.
Let's.
The DMV also accepts voter notification card as proof of residency.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a
Well,
utility
nothing
bill in
specified.
6 different addresses.
I see your point, Bruce.
Just
I mean, we can
suggesting,
throw something in there.
I'd say it's just a secondary proof of identification and residency, right?
well, that would be proof of residency,
Yeah. It would
not ID and not ownership. Just that you're paying a bill there. We assume you're living there. Or a voter registration, which is,
I don't know how you prove that it's their primary residence, but I don't think that that's a huge issue.
With us, we can't.
Yeah, the voter
With
registration.
elections, we can't. That's why I said the voter notification card is not substantial proof of anything.
Nope.
I've seen 5 years.
All done. And those ones are good. Gotcha.
Class B misdemeanor.
Aye.
Class B. The false address. Class B misdemeanor.
So what is that?
Tax free.
Slap in the wrist or slap in the face?
No,
Hey.
not even the wrist.
Oh, I know.
It's a
All right.
stern finger shaking.
Do we have anything? Tax free applies to all valid taxes, including those levied by school, township, fire district, subject to authority granted by law.
Where you at, Jim?
What's the law on that?
Well, the law says
We
any,
can do it.
yes, any county authorized to impose a tax may grant a property tax credit to eligible taxpayers regarding in such county an amount equal to the taxpayers. It's in here.
We just cite that RSMO, whatever it is that
Yeah,
gives you that.
that's what I was looking for in
The
ours.
cite-
Oh, we
citation.
need something there.
137.
You'll have to explain.
Oh,
it.
1050.
That's what, I guess.
Yeah.
Because what I'm hearing more and more of is because of this reassessment this year is the big thing, like
I just read that
more
somewhere.
freeze in 2025.
I'm thinking under application process on page 3, you need to make it clearer that they have to apply every year. It's not specifically stated that way.
Annually. What page is that?
Page 3. Applications are due annually by June 30th.
Any tax
June
year.
1st or whatever you say.
Yeah, says by any tax.
Might even need to say something about it needing to be renewed every year.
There's another July 1 in that third bullet point down, Kelly.
On the first page,
Section 3.
how I see it.
I know.
And we want that June 30th.
June 30th.
You said it. November, okay.
I was looking for that. I know I just read that on something.
What about that one that's on section 5 where it says review application for completeness and refer to eligible claims to the commission?
Jake says nose goes.
What did he say? What'd she say?
He said nose goes. Not it.
I think between Scott and my office, we're the ones that review the applications.
Yeah,
And then
you bring it up.
make sure they're
guys.
complete. And once they're complete, we refer them to you.
Yeah,
And then I guess you can do it in mass.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
You
didn't
just
know
sign
that
out because
needed
the
to be
monkey's
on
on your
there.
back, not ours.
that's what it's doing.
So are we taking that? What are we doing?
Does that need to stay in there?
I think we should.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
So you're basically just gonna present them with
A complete
the same
application.
thing, like,
I am.
do not every application you're gonna present to the commission.
I think in mass. I mean, just a
Yeah.
stack
Now I
of
can
them.
do the bills.
And then, and
We
you're
don't
gonna
pile
sign
them.
off on the stack of them.
Yeah, we'll send a stack, say Scott and I have gone through these and feel they are complete. And then these are incomplete. Or these are complete and these are incomplete.
Gotcha.
But I don't think we'll bring anything up to you unless it's complete.
You'd probably be able to do that right when they come in, unless they don't have that documentation.
Well, but I mean, we're gonna have to look at
Right.
all the deeds, and we're gonna have to look at
Yep.
all of everything, and then figure out what. I mean, it's the house in 5 acres, and it's up to 5 acres, and it's which
It's the
building.
out of town that's gonna be the more difficult. It's the in town. Easy.
They're easy. But I at least like the fact that it's the same as the property tax credit, which most people still don't understand is available to them. If they don't make the household income is 30,000-ish or less, they're eligible for up to all the taxes back that they pay on their house every year.
And there was a new statute. I don't know if the governor signed it, but they were raising that limits.
They should have a long time ago. They ought to have a cost of living increase every year. I mean, the same as the CPI number.
So if this gets, and just for my own clarification, if this ordinance goes through and say the commission adopt this ordinance and we are ready to roll by June, whatever, so a month from now, and you put that out there, are you going to start accepting applications then? Okay, I thought that was your intention. So that gives you a full year.
You mean next year?
No, I mean now.
I think so. I think we need to start now because
I think that's where the
Because we will-
confusion of
You mean
time
start
is.
taking out.
start
Yeah.
taking applications now because this year isn't going to be affected by a rollback or a credit.
But so on the application it's gonna be get their 62 next year, anytime next year.
Well, they're freezing this year, so it'd be 2025.
Right, they would have to be eligible this year.
See, this is, they're planning now, folks. I don't know,
You can't.
I guess my big thing is
You're freezing it
what I heard down there.
You're freezing 2025.
at 2025,
Yeah.
Right.
which is what it is now.
Taking this out,
They'd have
You're all gonna be
June
hammered.
30th
You're all
of
gonna be hammered.
2026 to
Right,
just like.
to apply, they would have until June 30th
Because
of
Reed's-
next year.
I don't think that.
But we can't even get the software done.
Yeah, that's
No,
the issue.
Yeah, but it's not the matter of getting it done, cause you're not gonna be ready anyway until 25 or 26.
I am following your train of thought of if I have them start applying now, I have the paper in front of me. I can look and see what we're going. You don't have to have the tax levy numbers. You have to know, yes, they're eligible. This is what we're taxed,
That's
or
all
this
you
is
do.
what's eligible for the credit. I was thinking the first year, that's gonna give Scott's office extra time as well.
Yeah.
And then after that, at the subsequent years, when they have to reapply, the majority of that work's already it's gonna be the same people reapplying, or there might be, you're not gonna have 2,000 new ones again next year.
No,
So the
that's
load
correct.
won't be there, you'll already have it separated.
So we need to,
So given that extra time right now is important. That's why we need to do it right now. So
yeah,
both
and
of
we
you
need to
have
say
that.
to freeze 2025, you have to apply by December 31, 2025. And if you're freezing 26, you have until June 30.
Oof.
We need to
Differentiate.
Yeah.
And that's just going to happen on the first year because
Right, and then and that's
Every year it's going to be June 30.
I was reading that in the statute, and that's why I was asking
I need to
because
add that.
it says initial credit year, and it does tell you how to do that, and then it says for every subsequent year, then it tells you.
But couldn't we just accept applications through June 30th next year? Because we're still freezing on 2025 due to the
Yeah, but if we make it, you have to be 62 this year, so that's a
To
25
freeze 25.
application. You could be 62 next year to freeze 26.
But no, but we're all freezing at the 25 level, even in 26.
I don't think we need to. I don't think so. I think 26 we need to freeze 26.
Who can we get a hold of?
27 needs to freeze 27.
You mean
Yeah, I mean-
eligible 27ers?
Yeah.
So if you were eligible in 25, you're going to continue in 2027. You're still at 2025 rates.
Right.
But if you weren't eligible until 2027, your rate's going to be froze at 2027, and then from there on
All I'm
out.
saying is
That doesn't make sense, because otherwise we would have been able, what Travis was saying, to go back to 24.
That's what-
I think once you freeze it, like if you freeze it at 25, anybody that comes in in 26 goes back to 25.
Well, it says here that eligible on the time.
Say they told us.
There needs to be some.
Years.
Yeah,
That's
what it matters.
well, this one says it's the later of which is going to be August 28th, 25, January 1st of the year that they became eligible.
Right.
January 1st of the homestead was purchased. It's the latter of the whole books.
So in statute, it says, for all other, in the case of a taxpayer that meets all requirements of this subsection prior to the year in which a credit is authorized pursuant to this section, the year in which credit is authorized. For all other taxpayers, the year in which the taxpayer meets all requirements of this subdivision of this subsection. So that's why I was reading it the way Rick was reading it. The year in which the taxpayer meets all
It freezes it
requirements.
that year.
See, I'm trying to figure out what Travis was talking about.
I'm having,
Well, I never can figure out what Travis is talking about.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble with trying to figure out. Because like I say,
Do
I
you
know what
need a
everybody's
copy of
saying.
this? I mean,
No,
that's what I
Don't
was
put this
reading.
out. Well, I know what.
I went to
this
that.
year
Because it
for.
tells you this
They
is what
never-
you do the initial
they're-
year, and then after that, for all the year in which the taxpayer meets all requirements.
Yeah, but see,
You're getting
okay,
all these letters.
the level that we're setting is the value of 2025. That's the one. That's the baseline level. I think that we should accept applications through June 30th of 2026 to freeze the 26 taxes back to this level.
Because it doesn't matter what you do.
So you'd be freezing 25 and 26. Or if you're eligible 26, they're getting the 26 freeze. But if you're eligible,
In 25, you're getting the 25 freeze. He's saying all of them are 25 freeze.
Yeah, and then the next year, if they're eligible in 2027, it's going to freeze them back to that prior year's level, whatever that was. So we'll go up.
Well, I don't see how it can work if I don't turn 62 for 20 years and I come and I'm getting 2,000. I mean, that doesn't make sense. I mean, obviously not. My math wasn't matching, but
so in the initial year,
Every individual
If
has
you
got their
turn,
own.
if you turn 62 or older in 25, you're frozen 25.
Yes.
And you're saying to take applications through June, but you still have to be 20.
But we're not
62 or
gonna,
higher.
we're not really gonna be able to do anything until 26 anyway.
Right.
Right,
just-
but you can freeze those
You can-
25s.
It's software. On the backside of the software, we
But it
can
doesn't
freeze
matter
the
what-
rate.
Sure.
Well, if that's the case, why can't you do the 24?
The freeze is that year. Doesn't matter when it is. You don't get credit every year. It's whenever you start it.
Well,
That's
And
what I'm
that's
saying.
credit
I don't
you
know
get.
if we can
Because
go back.
tax rates have already
Okay.
basically been,
Because it goes to
What?
general.
we would have to,
Count people.
I don't know, that's a.
Tax rates are set by September 1st.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll be out.
26?
Every year,
25?
forever, every year, the tax levies, the tax are set, and they have till August 31st or whatever it is, till September.
And I don't have a problem in 26 setting them to 25, but I mean, we can't get it done this year. I mean,
Right.
You're not gonna be done.
there's no
You're
way.
not gonna be ready anyway. No matter what year we use, it doesn't matter.
But you're not
It
gonna
comes
know.
up
All the
that year
application
what
process
the
done
taxes are.
Yes,
Software is even
I
correct.
think we're
It just be sitting there until the software's done.
right.
The way I see the application is we put a big O 2025 on the application. Say, this is the year you're froze. And if we make that application only good till December 31, everybody that applies this entire year, even though we don't have the software, they'll be eligible, will be frozen. When that software gets turned on, you be sitting there freezing everybody.
But you're freezing the 2026 taxes.
Well, you're freezing 25,
Mhm.
and 26 won't go above what 25 is froze at.
Right.
every year.
And
you're gonna have
everybody that
to-
applies for 26 will have a 26 application due by
Right.
June 30.
I don't like that.
That's the way I see it.
Sounds good, that's fine.
But
And
you're
you
not.
won't have, it'll give us 6 months to get the 26 froze. Yeah, we'll do that.
So
Exactly.
what I'm
You know
seeing
it.
Rick saying is if you were eligible in this year, if you were going to be 62 or older by December 31st of 2025, we can freeze you at 2025 rate.
Absolutely.
If on
Not a problem.
January 3rd you turn 62, you weren't eligible for that
But
2025
you're
rate.
frozen for the
But
next.
you're frozen for 2026 because that's the year you became eligible.
And it's any time that year.
If 25 is going to be our base year anyways, I mean, obviously if you tried to go back to 24, it would change.
Why don't we just go back to
That's your base.
2010?
I think we need to make it 52 and older.
I say year one.
That's right.
I'm good with that.
Where's that petition?
I just want to make sure.
Now, how are you going to change that in your ordinance, Mark? Did you get all that?
Hope someone is writing all this down.
Well, I wrote down some notes. That last,
You got,
who's on first, what's on second?
And that's
Yeah.
just because Rick and I, we're looking at the backside, not the front side, on
Mm,
how we're gonna get it all done and how it's all gonna lay out.
And I
we
see
still
some,
don't know.
I see some applications that I think are very easy for individuals to fill out to get the information they need to us.
yeah.
Like a copy of a driver's license, that'll give you the date and the residence. If the residence doesn't match your driver's license, then what's going on here? You know, you need to live where you say you live. So
Be better to have a
But a
birth.
lot of people don't even have two properties, so that's not.
especially the senior individuals that need the tax credit probably don't have two properties.
Right.
So I guess the way I'm seeing it is December 31st, 2025, anyone eligible will freeze for 2025.
This year only.
Right. Any subsequent will freeze the year they become eligible.
The year they apply.
That will be their,
They become eligible and apply.
that will be their frozen level, whatever that year is.
I think the statute says you can't go back somewhere. You have to apply. The year you apply,
There goes my.
the year you apply is your eligibility year.
Yeah, so if I was eligible last year, but I didn't apply for it, that's on me.
Or
That's
you're
not on
92
you
and you're
guys.
eligible 30 years ago. You can't
Yeah.
go back to that year.
Now, I think what we're going to try to do, or we'll do, is we will send some kind of a notice with all the real estate tax bills that we send out. So, if you truly do live where you say you reside and are eligible, you will have a notice right there, and they'll get that in October.
Is that application something that we can put on our website so that they can have it filled out, ready to go when they come in your office?
Now,
Yeah.
I do know that many of the counties, and there's some exceptions, are having them actually come in.
Yeah.
I mean, I
think that's
the preferred way to do it.
Come in and fill it out.
Or at least bring it in.
Bring it in,
review
fill
We
it.
can't just send it in electronically.
No,
They have to
Yeah, I thought
physically
we already determined we couldn't do it
They
electronically.
gotta come in.
Okay.
I think so. We won't accept the application by mail or email. It has to be-
Right. You have to be in
And I just think
person.
that's a better way to do it, period.
Definitely.
Apply in person.
But they can have printed off the website,
Yeah,
have everything filled out, and
Oh, yeah.
carry it in.
Hey, it'd be nice to just be able to fill that out on the website and then get it in.
If
your
Cass
papers.
and Benton and some other counties, if they're any indication, it's just going to be a lot easier if they bring it in or they come in and then we help them fill it out. I mean, a lot of them want help filling it out. They don't want to figure out and scratch out. It's just a lot easier because we know what's there. I mean, and that's not everybody, but there were quite a few.
I need to add file folders to my budget.
Lots of.
How many you need?
2,000.
We've got like 2,000 down in this that you saved from
Yeah.
the school, Rick. You can have those.
Just get it what you want, yeah.
Where did I see that you had a certain amount of time to? So if somebody doesn't get approved, so say you find
30
out.
days.
Okay, is that statute or was that in your ordinance? Do we know?
Well, I think it's.
We're not-
Statute, but that's what I think.
If it's incomplete or
Because it says you have to respond to that within so many days. So that's also another task that's going to be tasked to just I don't know if you've
To
seen
him.
that or not. Right.
So you're saying that if they don't have everything due by July 31st, then they're just out of luck.
Right, but in one, I think it must have been in this ordinance. It said something, if the application wasn't accepted, they would be notified of their denial. So that would be more on you. If you see an application, you're like, oh, this one's not good, this is wrong, or this is wrong. You have to notify them that their application wasn't accepted.
That's why I think they need to come in.
Come in and do it.
Are you going to review the entire? You're going to do it as they're here, then, so they would know in person.
Yeah, they need to have copies that are requested, like the driver's license and the deed. What else was there?
Okay.
Do they need the deed?
real
in?
property occupied by eligible taxpayer.
And proof that their taxes was paid.
Do they need to carry the deed in with them? That could be a problem.
I think we can just get a copy.
You should be able to just look it up and see it on that line.
Can you look those
Because
up? Do you have
that-
the deeds, or do you?
I've got them all.
Yeah, like I say, when you bring it up, you'll have the deed right.
That big giant cabinet that weighs 4,000 pounds.
I think part of the file, though, we need to have the completed application, a copy of their driver's license, or
Yeah.
passport, whatever. Probably a copy of the deed, and
That's where you
a
go.
copy of their paid tax.
Under section
That's gonna be a
5,
big problem.
the last, it says applicants denied the tax credit may appeal in writing to the county commission or its designee with 30 days of notice of denial. So I just want to make sure that that needed to be in there, because I was seeing that as you have to notify them either in writing or something in denial, and that's one more.
In your deal.
Yep, we can do that.
See, I was trying to find that ordinance. Just
Okay.
I mean, other than that, I mean, it actually looks pretty good. I mean, with the exception of a few dates and Rick and I being on the same page. We're all.
I'm on page 1.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's certainly doable. I just, it's hard for me to tell if it's going to be small burden or a big burden?
I think first year would be a big one on our offices.
I think each year will get easier, but I think
Sure.
the first
Well,
year,
because we're only going to be adding a couple of hundred, 200, 300.
right. I think, but if you go ahead and do something now instead of continuing to wait, that's going to give you guys more time to get it lined out, applications received, so they're not all in here in that same time period. I mean, you're going to have a rush anyways. And you don't want that during tax collection time. So
Yeah.
continuing to push this off
This
is not a
year-
good
This
choice.
year would be challenging.
That's why I was curious about the dates on how it worked out.
There's never a good date for the collector. They're always wanting to collect.
Always want to collect.
Yeah. We only collect what she says to levy to, and he assesses to.
Been waiting for that one, haven't you?
He just wants to collect the treasure.
Well, if this is kind of the form you're looking at, I'll put an application together, let you guys look at it, tear it apart, redo it. I don't know if we want to put the application in the tax bill, but we'll put some kind of notice of some kind that this is available.
And you have somewhere some kind of a database that can help you determine who you think is eligible, correct? Somehow. I mean, I've heard that from lots of people that there's something somewhere that
Where did you
helps
find that?
identify people who are
It's got their birthdays and
They did it on their assessment form with their date.
I know that we can probably do that.
I don't have anything.
That would probably be, but that would make a change to your system.
Well, but mine's already getting changed. I mean, it's already has to be changed.
Does it have a place now in your system for the date of birth? You just don't collect it? No.
I don't think I have.
Well, as the county clerk, I can get in voter registration, but that's not always accurate either.
Correct. But I mean, we're just looking for any way to identify people who we think might be eligible and send
Right.
a card out.
Right.
saying,
I mean,
look,
I was
that's
just gonna send a card to everybody this first year, every real estate bill.
that might be easier. If you meet these criteria, please.
You have an opportunity to.
and stick it in every single one so you don't
And I
miss
think-
any.
and I think
That's smart.
We won't put it in the personal property.
Right,
bill,
just
so
the real estate.
real.
But I also think that you also need to put on that card, if you think about it at the time, not only that, but the second one is the Missouri property tax credit that everybody's already been eligible for, and we don't get nearly the response that some of the other counties get. People are not utilizing that.
Yeah, we need.
And that is really the people who
yeah,
are the most
It's called a circuit breaker.
needy.
I've heard circuit breaker. Bruce
Yeah.
talked about
Yeah.
it. I didn't realize that's the same thing.
It is, and
Okay.
it's a sliding scale, and I mean, we have lots of people that get almost everything now. You know, they pay $700 or $800 or $900, and
I think it's even eligible for renters,
it
Yes.
is,
Yeah.
and mobile homes.
And disabled.
not necessarily.
Yes.
the owner.
So it's just like a
Right.
lack of knowledge that people aren't. I mean, they don't know that that's out there.
It's a much better program.
Can one use both programs?
Yes. But it's gonna help, I mean, if your taxes are frozen and you're eligible for the other one, then it's gonna be less of a refund, but you pay less. I mean, that's how that works.
Good, bad, good.
Well, I mean, but it really helps, especially the ones on the lower end that need it the most. The fixed income, the widows or
Yeah.
widowers and stuff like that. I mean, I see it many times every year, and it's, you know, when I know that they're living on $500 or $600 or maybe $700 a month, that's it, and they're paying $1,000 a year for their taxes.
yeah, Carol.
Miss Carol was the one, yeah.
And I am almost certain that I read that they're raising the payout for that.
That's
Well, they just need
Senate Bill
I thought
1050.
there was something.
They just need to raise,
House
House plus something like that.
redo the chart. I mean, the chart's been there for 15 years and it never goes up. Well, everything's gone up.
Sure there's
1050?
more eligible for it.
And I
There's
guarantee you, from when I was in
1050.
Jefferson City, and the budget was 30 billion,
House
and
Bill
now it's 50 billion.
is one of the bills that's trying to raise the.
They got a lot more
There's some
money.
other
They
problems
should be-
with it.
They have a big surplus every year, which I know
Hasn't
they need
been
to stick some
passed,
away for a
right.
rainy day, but
Right.
they also need to be funding these bills that are, anyway.
They don't take care of the county. too old.
And they don't take care of the people that
They-
Right.
And that's called the property tax.
PTC, Missouri PTC, property tax credit.
that's the official name.
It is the circuit
It's
breaker.
known by the circuit breaker.
Missouri
And if you go to Missouri PTC,
property.
it'll pull it up and it'll be under the forms, and it shows every year's forms. You can fill out the whole packet, which we do.
Mhm.
And we have quite a number of people that come in every year, and we assist them in filling it out,
They can get
or
that
fill it out
done.
for them, whichever the case may be.
Scott, they can get that done for free at the seniors.
Yes,
I know,
But
'cause
they-
I do 'em.
but they don't even. But they, a lot of people still don't even know
I
about
know,
it.
a lot of people don't know about it. You know,
You know, I think I remember when this
PTC,
first happened, there was a few that
yeah.
would come in asking about it.
That's all.
Bruce said they can get information at the senior center.
And they can go back at least. I think they can go back 2 full years, this year plus 2 before,
yeah,
if they qualify, and they can get it back for the years past too. And they need to do it.
It's on gross income? Is that base?
Yes, but it's. I mean, it says on the form what's eligible, and
I'm just wondering.
they know more about it than I do. Because I'm not really supposed to do it, but we do it. So,
the current circuit breaker is income based. It's 34,000. There's 5 joint, 30 for single. None of that's been adjusted since 2008 when they first initiated it. It's not tied to inflation,
which it should be.
it was a hard number. House Bill 1050 is attempting to address a lot of those issues. There are other bills, but they intend to only address some of the issues. From what I read, 1050 is trying to go after all of the problems.
So they have 3 more days to get it all lined out.
Well, they're not getting it. If it's not done, it's not getting done.
House. It's not going anywhere. It doesn't even hit the floor.
It's done.
Is there other bills?
There are some Senate bills and other House bills, but
Okay.
at the time that I looked at this, HB 1050 was the only one that addressed all the problems with the circuit breaker. The cap limitations need to be raised. The sliding scale itself, the steps, they want to increase those. So you're eligible longer, because I step out of it just from an increase in Social Security. Also, what was the other stuff they were, they were wanting to fix it to inflation.
Getting anything to do with fix it to inflation.
That's what they should have done in the first place.
And that's
So
what they
this
should have.
monster.
You shouldn't have wasted the time.
Anything else for us? Do your thing. Let us have a copy of it, and then we'll make it work.
Okay.
Actually, I think. I mean, I really do. I think it's a good thing, and especially because it very gradually goes in.
Sounds to me like that property tax credit thing would be more helpful for the
Well,
folks that this one's going to help the most.
I mean, this one's going to help a lot.
The rest says, but that's not what.
Plus, you don't have to sign up for anything.
They want their
every year.
190, right? Yeah.
You don't have to fill out any forms. You just go to the senior center, they'll do your taxes for you, all of your taxes. And
I'm 55. Will they do it for me?
no,
What is the age requirement at the senior center to do that?
60.
Thank you. Remember, we're on live, so.
Circuit breaker is 60, not 62.
Not what you're supposed to be.
I go anyway.
I'm
on chicken
almost
day.
there.
Feel like it most of the time.
Well, now there's gonna be a raise in there.
I'm already hating.
A lot of them don't retire until
No, that's like
67.
more stuff. They said,
Some of them's going up. Alright. Sure.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And if there's anything I can help you do with implementing this,
Did you,
Well-
did you hear that?
Well, she's going to be up to full
That's
staff.
not.
and I mean it.
I think this first year is going to be,
All hands on
That'd
deck.
be the hardest.
Sure.
Okay.
but once we get through with it,
I mean, I don't want to be in charge of anything, but I'll help you.
we'll learn these processes, and next year.
Sure.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I have payroll.
Yep. Alright,
Out of curiosity, we can try to find out about anything possibly using 24, or is that just off the table?
We could call Travis, I guess.
I'll tell you what, I just know that said,
I know,
just
he-
the way
he
I look
said-
at it, the way I look at it, if you look at it, they can look at that anytime they want. Then you just split it from other, it doesn't matter.
I just don't want it to be an option and possibly help more people that are,
See,
and
that's
not be able to, you know.
Which, and the reason I understood it wasn't going to be an option was because the implementation of the new
That's how I've
program
understood it too.
right.
was not going to be able to do that. Like, they would have to go back and put in all past information or something that they wouldn't have in 2025 if they put it in this year or whenever they get to it. It would be current instead of going back and putting in information from the past.
Yeah, but
That's the way I see it.
all you look at is what was, at that time, what were the taxes?
Well,
And then-
that's easy
then
for
it's
us to
current.
say, but we don't run that program and we
This
don't
current-
know
no,
what it
I'm-
looks
That's
like.
a good point. That's a
I don't know anything about the program, right?
That's what I'm
That's what it
saying.
just said
I
there.
can't say
I'm just
do it
saying,
this way or that way because I don't know what it looks like.
See, that, well,
you're gonna-
that's what you wonder, if they're able to go back to 24, then why would you not, and hear me out. Seems like, okay, so we set this, and we set our date at 24. That's what it is. That's what it's, like, we've set it at. So then it should be 24, I would think, for everybody going forward. I mean, how can you do it in one situation, but you're not gonna do it every place else? That's why I asked that, but I understand what you're saying. If you
Yeah.
go in 27, then you're gonna go for 26. If you sign up in 28, you're gonna get for 27.
Right.
But
And
you're gonna be
I
doing
mean,
a
I
lot of
think
people.
Yeah.
All the people that have birthdays,
that's
so it's gonna
in
change every year.
that's in the statute
That-
that's why I questioned it because it looks to me like it says the year they become eligible. So that doesn't mean that they could go back. I think what the 24 thing is all of these people who were already eligible in 24.
They're wanting a credit, and there's no credit to be given.
Well, it is a credit. This whole thing is a
Yeah, but
credit.
what I'm saying, from there to here, it's
Okay.
from here.
We've already collected taxes for 24,
Right.
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So if we set our base as 24, we're going to be
You're
writing checks back to taxing entities, 100 and whatever we have. And where are we going to get that
I see.
from?
Okay.
That
Hey.
makes sense.
Does that make sense? I mean, does that, if I'm looking at my
I
own
don't-
checkbook, that's how I have to make it make sense.
Well,
And I say, oh, I've got
Yes,
to pay Jake back that money he lent me in 2024 because
Well,
that might not be in my
it's-
budget.
but-
because it made it confusing on our end, hearing that.
Well,
thinking- but I mean,
This was not well thought out. There was
the whole deal's not
a
well
good
thought out.
idea.
It's gonna
They
be a
should've
problem for us.
Gave direct bullet points of this. You can't have 118 counties doing 118
Different
things.
things.
And then people calling in and saying, well, my so-and-so in Benton
Yeah.
County gets this and that, it's just impossible.
Well, then that lady that was in here was saying that Benton County put a income cap on it.
Yeah,
There's nothing in the
Right.
statute that says there's an income cap. In fact, it says you cannot
okay.
require any other eligibility than what's in the statute.
oh no, shoot, I had 50 counties up here. I didn't see
So
anything
either she
in it.
misunderstood something or they've
No.
done something they shouldn't have.
And that's it. There's
Um,
because you can't go from grandma, talk to your sister who lives in Cass County and expect the same exact thing in Benton County. I mean, you just
Mhm.
can't. So there's a lot of confusion and they just,
Well, the statute left the implementation up to each county, so you're gonna get times 57.
there needed to be, this is how you do it. This is the way it needs, this is when it's set. This is when you got to pass
Well, they
it.
probably had a good idea until they started
Yeah.
thinking about the
the whole picture, you know. And they just couldn't put everything in it for one because one's not gonna work for the other county. It could, should, but it doesn't.
I have sales tax numbers too that's come in, but no computer. I'll send them to you as soon as I get them in, but it looks like we're down everywhere in our sales tax money. Hopefully that picks back up this summer. Ooh, it's great. Hello, sir. I think it says what it does. It doesn't mention what it doesn't, but it mentions what it does. The tax freeze applies to all ad valorem, I don't know what that word means, taxes, including those levied by schools, townships, and fire districts, subject to authority granted by law. What is that?
Mark's not here today. Is he in trade today? Huh? Okay, do we have?
Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Do you have your ordinance? Did you keep it? It's on section 2, tax credit authorization. It's on the very bottom part. And I looked up the ad valorem taxes, fancy legal term there, and it just says taxes based on assessed value of property items. So, okay. All right, thanks. Well, he was concerned that in this, because it doesn't apply to the state tax or the.
You can't take the state
right.
tax. You can't take the
blind.
And like a debt service wouldn't apply either. If a school has a debt service levy, it wouldn't apply.
Okay.
I thought of a question as well. Didn't they say this applies to renters?
No, this
No,
does not.
That's just circuit breaker.
That's a Missouri PTC.
Okay.
That applies to it.
And disabled.
And disabled.
Circuit breaker. Okay.
Oh, any.
That's good.
Mark, if you'd want to send me that document in a Word document, I would appreciate it. Maybe we can get some of these changes in there made and get a little better rough draft by the next time we meet.
Yep.
Okay.
If my computer works.
Oh yeah.
Leesville receives marine tax.
Yeah, marine tax.
And so they bring a report in showing what they've spent that, or so that they can get their marine tax. So they brought that in while I was up here. Amy brought it in. So it doesn't. I guess you don't have to sign anything. Just review it. I guess.
Most of them's yours.
Hmm?
I think most of them, Jake's.
What?
The marine tax.
Yeah, and doesn't Leesville get the most of that anyway, or is it Leesville or is it Bethlehem?
One of the two, pretty close.
I thought Leesville got the most, but Randy wasn't sure.
I thought they did, but I don't know for sure.
I think they probably got the most roads that in the water for like a boat ramp or whatever. So, and then they got 100 that goes all the way from 7 all the way to it.
Well, you know that's who's supposed to be your people.
My understanding it would be Evergy.
Evergy is Chuck Grizzly.
I don't know if it'd be Chuck or somebody that Mark's been dealing with. Chuck, I had talked to Chuck. I know Chuck wanted to come in. I haven't heard back from him.
Okay, and then Melissa Bagley is EPA. You know?
I haven't talked to him.
I'll tell you what.
EPA's coming. I know DNR's coming.
Yeah.
He sent an email.
The water guy.
Did you talk to Dan?
I think he's a younger guy. He was at He was up at Whiteman at one time.
Yes,
He's
that's
a
Dan.
super good guy.
Oh, and he's a sharp
Uh,
as heck. Well, he
yeah.
knows, he done a lot of back when
He
they
said
really
he had
had some
another issue.
critical
He was telling me about
Yeah,
him. This is terrible. I just forgot his name. Who's gonna say that?
Jim Gabbard.
oh, Jim
I think
Carlo.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Jim's coming.
All right,
This room ain't gonna be big enough, guys.
We're going on the third floor.
what?
Third floor?
That's where Mark put in the,
it's commissioners, supposed to be the commissioners, unless he changed
he
it.
changed it late Friday evening. Turned out the office.
Yeah.
I think he has it wrong.
Yeah, I think
They have a jury trial going
I
on
was
on the
gonna
third
say,
floor.
it's supposed to be here.
It's supposed to be here,
I
and it
don't
ain't gonna
know,
be big enough.
honestly,
Well,
because I will tell you, just so you know, I put out on my Facebook, that that everybody was coming, blah, blah, blah.
Well, we
It
have
had
to
be
post
open
it
to
as
the
a-
public,
but
but I requested that
they can.
people don't like, if 100 people shows up here and tries to speak, we're not gonna find out what we're needing to find out.
The only thing
So-
people's gonna speak tomorrow is those people
Yeah,
there.
I
wanna
saw
hear
that there
what
would be
they-
no
I'm
time
not,
for
I
public
don't want
comment.
anybody, and I would just soon have it, if
We
we
need
stream it,
information.
they can watch it on their phone, right outside,
Yeah.
sit out in the hallway, they can do wherever they want. But the big thing is, for us, we need to get focused on what we're talking about,
Hear
what they're
what they-
talking about, and know what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
And
Hear what they have to
if
say.
that's the case, and I'm more interested in what they're saying than, 100 and some people showing up. I mean, that's gonna be but the only way I know to do it is we do it here. We're gonna stream it. It's working all right, isn't it?
Put the KDKD
Okay.
announcement in.
Pardon?
Not me.
Have you seen the KDKD announcement?
I did see the
I
KDKD
did.
announcement, but I didn't do it.
Oh, you need to see it because it explains exactly what you're talking about.
I seen it.
Hey, Kelly,
Sure.
he did put in
Sorry.
his email that meeting
Oh.
had moved up from the basement to the third floor.
It should say second floor.
It clearly says that the minions aren't gonna be able to talk.
That may came off of my Facebook, because I put
I
out
bet it
there.
did.
I bet it
I didn't
did.
look. I
put it
haven't
out
seen
there.
your Facebook.
I mean, I don't have, it's one thing if like 10 people show up and somebody asks one question, as long as they're not belligerent and it's just, I wanna know what they have to say.
Right.
That's then we go.
That's the purpose of this.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's really what it's saying.
that's probably.
And there's nothing bad.
Jim, can you sign Dennis's timesheet for me,
I
please?
thought I already signed one for him.
Unfortunately, I can't.
I don't know. That one's his, and it's not signed.
When who's outside?
This is all, yeah, that's mine. That's like my-
Bradley Adams.
Who the hell's Bradley at?
Oh, he's our new guy.
I figured we would.
I thought I was signing this.
Dennis signed his timesheet for him because I think he's out.
So you lost me.
Oh, there we're out. He's gone.
Oh yeah,
Strike my name off of that.
it's fine. As long as it's signed by somebody. That's all the.
All right.
I don't want to get in trouble for.
Anyway, that's my theory. That's what we're gonna have to do. That way we know what we're listening to.
Right, right.
And I don't want,
If the public wants a question,
Yeah.
we can do what we did last time. This is kind of.
that's a different deal. As far as I'm concerned, and Evergy have a deal, and
Right.
they can put it out
Let
there.
them
Like Evergy is the
That's who
stand
needs
on
it.
their own
They
feet.
need to be out
That's it.
there. Then
There you go.
they will do the talking. We don't need to be involved in that. I don't wanna be there, but I don't think it's something we need to be involved in.
Right, right.
I just want to listen.
Let
It's
them
kind of
go.
like a lot of things. We need to listen more than people talk. And this deal tomorrow, I don't care what they say, get everybody on the same boat. Yeah, because I don't know if everything's done the way. I don't know enough about it. I'm not a chemist. I'm just quite free. I'm not.
They're, I mean, there's definitely some questionable issues.
Yeah.
I have a
So-
question for you as the commission. We did get billed from the company when we got our tax results, and it's almost $37,000.
Yeah.
I was hoping Chuck would be here tomorrow and I could talk to him. I've got his phone number. If not, I was just
I
hoping
was
he
gonna
would be
say,
here tomorrow.
yeah, I can get his email.
Um, I would rather Evergy pay that straight than me pay that because we don't have that budgeted in our fund. Which I mean,
And
it's
when you
there,
get paid back, it doesn't go
Yes.
back into your budget.
Well, no,
right? It goes
Yeah,
back
it
in.
goes into next
It doesn't go back into the same
Yeah.
line. It goes into next year's budget. So if
That's
I
the
pay
problem.
that, we're $37,000
Over budget.
over our budgeted items. And then, yes, Evergy reimburses us, but that doesn't hit until next year's budget again.
Right.
You want me to call Chuck?
That's
I've
completely
been
up to
dealing-
you.
Yeah, I mean, I've been dealing with it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I would prefer that Evergy pay that invoice direct
Mhm.
than to run it through our budget since it's unbudgeted.
We can just, we can email it to him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got it. I ain't got a problem getting it to him.
No,
I was just gonna talk to him. I figured he'd be here tomorrow, but if you want to call him, that'd be great. I mean,
I'll try calling.
I can email it to him today. I can do whatever. I just would really like that to not hit our budget.
Yeah, it was actually cheaper than what they told us. It was gonna be about 42,000.
Oh yeah, it's
I thought it
36
was
something.
37 something.
It was 36 something. It was 36 and some dollars. But it wasn't quite 37.
See, I think we got an email.
Yeah, we got it, Bill.
Yeah, I can't remember. Right.
The email's on there.
You need to get a few chairs.
Anyway, that'd be the best way. We just have him take it.
I would really like that to not to hit our budget. I mean, if that's an option.
Chris from ours, who did our Sunbelt.
Yeah.
He's either gonna be here or he said he would call in
That's the best part.
in case there's any questions for him.
Yeah, right.
So is it this one?
Mhm.
We're having it here?
It's where it's
Yeah.
supposed to be. I don't know where he
Yeah.
got the third
We're gonna
floor.
have it here, and yes, they maybe Jim Carvalho will be here, and we'll send him.
For the basement dweller, this is the third floor.
Yeah.
So there you go. So anyway, no, I'm gonna get involved in the judges stuff
Well, I was a little bit surprised, but I thought, okay.
because that's where, and a lot of people, and I can't help it, but we need to be focused on that.
I actually don't think there'll be a whole lot of people,
Well,
because I know
we
most
won't.
of the lawyers have told everybody.
But we're not gonna be, we're not gonna have a bunch of chairs set up because you can't get everybody in.
I'll pull the two back out of the closet.
Okay. But that way we get everybody covered and then we'll hear what they got to say and know what's going on. Yep. Okay. And Kelly. I
Yes,
can't
sir.
lie, I found my page.
You found your front page.
Why?
Well, I knew I didn't just make mine happen.
Kelly, do you need these
Yes.
back? That's actually a really good
All
deal.
right. I'll pull my deck page away.
Do you want to try to call John
John
French
Fritz,
again?
I'll try to call him.
Calling a home number or a business?
Huh? I got his cell, 351-0389, I think.
Oh, that worked.
Oh, wait a minute. Here, 660-3403-87. I got 87. Got 89 here. Are you 89? Where'd you get this number?
Let me see if I got it on here still.
He didn't get that number.
Hold on.
Paula gave me that number.
Oh, well, then that's probably what needs to happen. Oh, John?
Yes,
Hey, this is Jim Stone, Henry County, Presiding Commissioner. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How you doing, sir?
I'm fine. We're in commission meeting, and Kelly, it's come across us that we never did reappoint you to the Senior Citizens Board.
Okay, now you're breaking up.
All
I
right.
can barely hear you.
All right, I'll tell you what, can you hear me better?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. We realized that we didn't get you reappointed to the Senior Service Board, Senior Citizens Board. And would you go ahead and take it again? Paula said she would. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we wanted to double check. We'll try to get you appointed today then.
Okay, how long is that appointment?
It's for 4 years.
What, has it been 4 years?
Yeah.
Well,
Let's see. Did you come in? Did you come in for somebody else? I wonder. Part of.
Yeah, I probably did.
I think that could have happened.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
about 2 years he's been.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right. Well, anyway, this will be a 4-year term.
Okay, well, absolutely.
Okay, John. Well, thank you very much.
Okay,
All right.
thanks for the call.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to appoint it.
I'll second that.
Motion been made and seconded to appoint John French to the Senior Citizens Service Board. Voice roll call.
Yes.
Mark?
Jake, yes.
Jim, yes. Motion carried.
I already typed it up exactly what.
Oh, God damn it.
Here you go, in case you need these. I had to be different than you guys
Glad.
because having all of them the same color is so
No
confusing.
Who's?
Well, you know, me and Pete.
Pink works.
Well, that works. Hey, that's
You know
a lot
which
better.
one's mine.
I need more than that, Kelly. Here.
Is it scented?
No, but that's a good idea for me. My,
Give me, because I
It's
go,
gonna
hey,
be
you
my
give me more
campaign
than that.
you need more than that?
People come in and I give them your number. I usually give them the clerks. I didn't have for Rick. I'll just hand his to it. It works out a lot quicker. Because that's where they need the email first, and then you'll send it on to us.
Kelly, was you wanting the,
I don't need them back. Those are Rick's that's up here for samples. I don't need them back. So we're not meeting Thursday.
No?
Tuesday I will be gone. So Amy will be up here.
How about tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'll be here.
Okay, that's the most important thing.
You think? I'm worried about Chuck's gonna come up hopefully and help. Remember he won't come up. He'll come on and get the live stream going for Amy Tuesday, so we won't miss
Okay.
doing any of
All right.
that.
Okay.
Right, Chuck? Yeah, he's watching. I'm sure. I do have a new hire, and she starts the 22nd, so the next Thursday. So we'll probably be.
All right.
I can get out of here
Can you give
Thursday.
me a name?
Yeah, her name's Rebecca Dempsey.
Rebecca Dempsey.
Yeah, she currently works at the health department.
Oh, she does. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad to go to
this Thursday or next Thursday? Thursday, you said.
Next Thursday, the 22nd.
Oh, that's great.
She had to give notice, and
Of course.
she was going to be able to start Monday, but I'm going to be at conference, and I didn't want to strap Amy with a new person and the office by herself, so I'm just going to have her start on the 22nd. I
That'd be
understand
great.
that's before Memorial Day, but I've been without an employee long enough. I don't care that we're paying her a holiday.
She needs to start.
No,
So,
I agree completely.
Okay.
yeah, I had 22 applications.
Wow.
22.
And you put that over on Indeed.
I did put it on Indeed.
That's really good.
Yeah, for a free ad.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think then we're pretty well lined out for tomorrow. That's at 10 o'clock up here, the way I understood it.
Yeah.
I'll be up early. When we get everything set. Make sure. Get her, because Mark will be here tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
He texted me and asked if we were still in meeting, and I told him yes. I didn't know. I thought maybe he was going to pop by.
Oh,
He
he's in
wasn't texting.
town?
I don't know if he is or if he's just getting back in town and tried to catch you. I don't know. He texted and asked if we were still in the meeting, and I told him yes. And he never responded again.
Let me call him. You call him?
Either one.
Go ahead. If you're on.
I'm going to clear the messages on this phone.
I've been. Yeah.
What are you doing? You doing what?
This thing just said there was 35 new messages on
barely.
this phone.
Are you on your way? Oh, are you on your way back? Oh, okay. Well, I saw you called and Jim asked, we're still sitting here, Jim asked me about where you were, which I talked to you, so if you're eating lunch and still there, you won't be back. Okay. Well, we don't need you then. Keep eating. Uh-huh.
Does he know the people's coming tomorrow?
Hey, hang on. I'm gonna put you on speaker, because that's actually a Kelly question. Hang on.
It's okay. I was just checking with 35
Mark.
messages.
Mark?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Schaefer with Sunbelt. He's our guy. And then he has a rep from Tech Labs, the ones that actually did the lab that actually did our testing as the results. They both want to be able to call in, or I don't know if we can set up a Teams meeting and have them call in tomorrow, or how do we go about that?
I think we can.
They can't be here in person, but they can both want to be here on the team. They want to both be here on phone.
Okay.
Hang on a second.
Mark, I will get with you and set up a Teams meeting. I do have Teams, so we should be able to do that.
So wait, I have Chris's email address. He's getting the information. He's going to send it to me for the text lab.
Okay.
Person who wants to be on the call. Is that right?
Sounds good.
So I will get all that sent over as soon as
Hey.
I get it. Yeah, we'll be done with class around 2.
Hey, Mark,
Yes.
could you send me an email with all the people that's going to be here tomorrow?
Yep, sure will.
I sure appreciate it.
You should have it in your email. I sent one out Friday.
Was it the late Friday one, Mark?
Yeah, the late Friday has everybody that's going to be there.
Hey, Mark.
Plus, we had to add one because the Tech Labs, they want to be there. They want to be on the phone.
DNR, EPA, DHSS, Evergy.
Will you ask him if he'll email it to Amy as well as me since I'm having computer problems?
Mark, when you email Kelly, email it to Amy too, because Kelly's having computer problems. Okay.
As soon as Chris gets me that email address, I'll be there also. Don't worry.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Hey, Mark.
Hang on.
Henry County. This one?
So you got DNR, EPA, DHSS, Evergy, Alliance Water, State Rep Jim Carlo, and us. And then the Tech Lab.
I didn't even get the email.
Sunbelt Tech Labs.
Sunbelt Tech Labs.
Mark?
I'm looking to see if you're on the list. You're on the list.
Where in the hell? What you got for the email at?
Jim
Henry County Como?
did show up.
That was Friday.
Mine.
Jim PC at Yahoo.
Oh.
Too many things going on.
You got
the wrong address.
You got Jim's wrong email.
Forward this to you.
Oh, I sent it to his old one, didn't it?
Yep.
I'm wondering why I'm.
Jake, will you send it to me too? I never got it.
So I'll make sure I put it in
Yes.
That's my fault.
I appreciate it.
I just didn't miss
That's
it.
my fault. I'll make sure it goes to the new email address.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Go back to eating.
Go back to food.
See ya.
Food's cold now.
Hey, what? I may be the problem, but because I called him last week. And I said, give me a call, and that was Friday. He never did call. I was away. Called me a week. He didn't call me then. Me and him are going to have a separate. I didn't call just to be pushed around. I wanted to get information. I want to get everything out.
I love
straightened
playing
out.
around. Thank you, Jake.
You're welcome. All right.
Just in case you needed it sooner than.
Well, I can get in my email up here. I wasn't able to downstairs, so but
Well, my battery stayed up.
So the only thing the only one doesn't show is the tech
Tech
lab
Lab in Sunbelt.
in Sunbelt.
just right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Oh,
I mean,
12.
yeah. Never thought about that.
I mean, you're looking at 12 to 13 people just
Right
on
here.
here.
we're gonna scoot that table up, don't you think?
Only got 13 chairs in here right now.
That's all that can come then.
Standing room only.
I mean, we're gonna have to, like I say, just,
Well, Dennis came in and moved his chair over to the wall out from out of the
Instantly.
camera. I told him I moved those chairs for a reason. He said, I didn't see a sign that said I couldn't, so guess what's going to be on that wall next time he comes in? A sign that says, please do not move chairs in the office.
did you need
He's
that?
watching.
Did you need
Oh
that?
He knows. Yeah, because I got to let him know.
All right, we need to write them a letter. And then, if I got everybody, I'll try to get that, because we need to have that, I wanna make sure we have everybody here.
Yeah.
If you send me something or you ask
Oh,
me
yeah.
something and you don't hear from me, give me a little ring-a-ding-ding because I don't know if my computer's going to work.
You're ringing it,
So
is it working?
just call me old school on the phone.
Call on the phone?
Call me on the phone if you don't get a response from me.
All
You
right.
need one because
Uh,
Chuck's diligently working on it.
I
okay,
have a computer question.
You might not want to ask me right now.
If I send you that word
hmm
and I go ahead and like send it now,
Mhm.
if your computer starts, it will come through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
and.
As soon as I can get to my
Kind of
email.
gave away my
Which is
knowledge
weird.
of computers there, but
If you done it in Word, she'll be able to fix everything.
yeah.
Cause you got 365, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I don't know what I got right now, but yeah, I can get a Word document open. But he had my
Oh.
email working before I came up here this morning down there, so I should be good, but I just can't make any
All right. No
guarantee. Who's gonna make a motion to close this thing if we're done?
Okay, do I entertain a motion to close?
I'll entertain it.
I'll second it.
Motion been made, second to close the meeting, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
Here.
Okay.